Morning, everybody. This is Brother Samson. Today we're going to talk about distractions and how distractions can hinder your process of getting things done. And it affects your consistency, and it also could affect you with how you endure the whole thing to the end. And today, we got to look at distraction for what it is. You know, a distraction is a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something. That's a distraction, but a distraction can lead to extreme agitation of the mind and emotions. And we can go into the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 25 to 26. It said, "Let your eyes look directly ahead and let your gaze be fixed straight in front of you. Watch the path of your feet, and all your ways will be established." So it's telling you to let your eyes look directly ahead of you. Watch the path of your feet. Stay in your own lane. Stay focused on the prize. Stay focused on the journey. Stay focused on the job. Stay focused on the process of what you're trying to get done. And by doing that, if you stay focused, if you stay really, truly, if you stay in the process of enduring everything to the end, you will have success. You will be great. That process is very consistent. You have to look straight. We can't stray away to the right. We can't stray away to the left. That's all distractions. We get distracted by so many things in life. We get distracted by our jobs when we're trying to get a business started, when we're trying to raise our children. We get distracted by just sometimes our close friends that don't even realize they're distracting you by their life and things going on with them. It distracts you from getting your life in order. Sometimes those distractions can really stop us from enduring everything to the end. I was talking about in my first video that I made 2 weeks ago about consistency and how consistency is one of our biggest downfalls. We start stuff, we don't finish. We start stuff, we don't follow through. It's a habit of a lot of people. Not saying everyone is like that, but I'm talking to the people who this applies to. Sometimes in life, consistency is very hard to keep. Sometimes we don't even realize we're that type of person. We'll start something, have a good idea. We'll start something, have a good teaching going. We'll start something with our children trying to implement something. And over time, we tend to drift away from the path. And that's what I was talking about a little while ago in Proverbs, what I just read to you guys in Proverbs 4:25. It said, "Let your eyes look directly ahead and let your gaze be fixed straight." So when we let that distraction come, it stops us from being consistent. And once we stop being consistent, you're not enduring all things to the end. And we talked about that in the second video when we talked about to endure all things to the end. And I got into the book of Matthew, and I was reading the scripture, and I said, you got to remember, when the Messiah went through what he went through, he had to endure persecution. He had to endure everything that was presented to him to reach the goal. And through that was obedience. And obedience was so necessary, because if he wouldn't have been obedient, he wouldn't have got accomplished what he got accomplished. And he stayed the course. They had a moment when he went to the garden and asked the Father to take this bitter cup away from me. But in the end, he said, "Not my will, but your will be done." So even the Messiah had a time where he had a little fall off, but he came back, because you have to look with your eyes gazed on the path in front of you. You can't stray away. And that's what I want a lot of us to see, that no matter what we do, we cannot stray away from the path. We can't stray away from the path. We have to stay in full gaze of what's in front of us. We can't veer to the right. We can't veer to the left. Like I said a little while ago, we can't let our friends, who sometimes don't even know they're doing it, become a distraction and keep us from being consistent in what we have focused in front of us. So remember, everybody, just smile today. Just smile. Remember, your smile sometimes could only be the light that it takes to shine, to give somebody else hope, to give somebody else another view. And when I say smile, let your actions be behind that smile, because you can be a walking example for the next person. Just remember that. Smile, stay focused on the prize, endure all things to the end, stay on the right path, on the righteous path, stay on the path of righteousness, and stay on the path of your goal, and be consistent with that. And by doing that, that's the example what everyone will see, and that can save someone's life. Talk to y'all later. This is Brother Samson.